Edge at 11 starts now.
The Night on the Edge results are coming in right now after several communities went to the polls for primary day.
And the most prominent of these races is for Detroit mayor and to narrow down the race to replace Mike Duggan. 9 candidates are on the ballot for Detroit mayor, and the top 2 from today's primary will advance to a runoff in November. Numbers continue to come in, and the Associated Press reports Detroit City Council President Mary Sheffield has advanced to the November election. Right there, you see she's received over 50% of the vote. Now, Pastor Solomon Kinlock currently in second place with about 17%, and Santiel Jenkins is in third with around 15%.
You can imagine the excitement, the tension at so many of these parties, depending on those numbers. Right now, let's go live to the watch party for Solomon Kinlock, where the pastor just took to the stage.
Detroit is a tale of 2 cities, one where the Renaissance and the road to prosperity has not reached enough of the people. Until we reach the whole town, we have not done nearly enough. I want you to know tonight, I didn't enter this race to chase power. I came to serve with a purpose. If we want a city that shines, we cannot ignore what's in the shadows. If we want Detroit to rise, we cannot celebrate billions in investment downtown, but poverty in the neighborhoods. If we want a true renaissance, we need a reconciliation. Right now, rent is rising, but incomes are not. Statistics says that Detroit is safer, but babies are being shot in their beds. Politicians will tell you that the comeback includes everyone, but we have to bury children. And I had the burden of eulogizing 2 children that froze to death in a casino parking garage. It's time we reckon with reality that far too many Detroiters feel left out. You've lost faith in institutional politicians, but you care deeply about this city and its future. And I want to speak directly to the Detroiters who feel that they have no voice. When others left, you stayed. When the city government failed, you stepped up. When promises were broken, you still believed in this city, in what could still be. Your faith will be rewarded. Psalm 118, verse 22 reads, "The stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone." That is the story of Detroit. Those who stayed, those who labored, those who never gave up on hope. You held this city together through storms, tough times, not with press conferences and Instagram posts, but by taking action and accountability for the future of this city. I understand because I've been there. I know what poverty and deep sense of hopelessness, and I know how that feels and where it comes from. I've lived in it. I've also walked.
Right now, you're listening to Reverend Solomon Kinlock Jr., in a sense, taking somewhat of a partial victory lap, talking about his 17% versus Santiel Jenkins' 14%. Obviously, one of those 2 will go up against Mary Sheffield in the general election.
Yeah, there's still a lot of votes left to be counted, and we're still watching those numbers come in. But first, we're going to head to downtown Detroit and get a top vote getter, Mary Sheffield's party. We know supporters have been feeling very confident about their candidate all night long.
That's where we find Fox News' Dave Kinchy, and joins us live with the latest on the race. And Dave, how is she feeling, and how are the supporters feeling? Must be good.
Well, yeah, definitely. You saw it right here, exclusive right here on Fox 2. Council President Mary Sheffield's first live interview since winning this primary by substantial margins. Let's go live right here. I'll step out of the way. The Cambria Hotel on Lafayette, actually right by, a lot of landmarks here in Detroit media, across from the headquarters of the old Detroit News. You can see the party here where everyone is celebrating Council President Sheffield, meeting with supporters, family, friends, everyone who worked so hard on her campaign. She's now ready to go. 91 days until that general election. Let's go to some video now. And she declared victory less than an hour ago, maybe about 45 minutes ago. And this was a race that really ran through this city of neighborhoods with 6 to 8 or 9 mayoral forums at churches, at schools, at Wayne County Community College District. Literally grassroots politics. The road to the mayor's office in the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center runs through every single street, every single neighborhood, down every alley, every block across the great city of Detroit, and all of the candidates making as many appearances as they could. The council president said she was doing everything she could to meet with every voter, and listen in to what she says is her reaction to all of this and where things go now.
Thank you, Detroit, for a phenomenal turnout, for trusting in me to continue to lead our city. The work continues, and so we're going to continue to connect over this last 91 days of the campaign to ensure that this city moves forward in a positive direction. Detroiters chose experience. They chose people-centered leadership. They chose integrity, and they chose someone who has a track record of delivering for our city, and that will continue serving as mayor.
With the battle for second place underway, the council president says this is the night for a party. Live look at the party here at the Cambria Hotel in downtown Detroit, but she says tomorrow they roll up their sleeves and they get back to work. 91 days until Election Day. We're live downtown. Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
All right, 3 months is not a long time. Dave Kinchin for us live tonight. Thank you. Now let's get a check-in with Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack.
Yeah, she was at tonight's watch party for mayoral candidate Santiel Jenkins, and she's right now in a very close third, Jessica. How is she feeling over there? Have you seen her yet?
Yeah, Santiel Jenkins is exuding very calm confidence, taking to the dance floor behind me a couple minutes ago with her family to join in some singing and dancing to We Are Family. She's remaining calm throughout this process as it is a very close race. I just talked to her camp a couple of minutes ago, and they said that they are watching the precincts very closely, but they're remaining very optimistic in this whole thing. She knew all along that this was going to be a tight race between her and Pastor Solomon Kinloch Jr. in the polls. All along, it was between those two, second and third, really all along. And she talked about her campaign as being a grassroots campaign. She said she didn't have all the backing that some of the other candidates did, couldn't run on name recognition. Let's listen to what she had to say earlier tonight about this campaign process so far. It's been tight between you and Pastor Kinloch all along. The polls reflect that as well right now. What can you say about that?
I can say that I've worked as hard as I can in as many places as I could to get the result we're looking for. So at the end of the day, I left everything on the field.
Yeah, some of the folks we've talked to said this is past their bedtime at this point, but they want to stay here in support on the city's west side, really in the neighborhood, and wait for this race to be called. Santiel herself said she didn't expect it to take this long, but they're waiting, and as I said, she remains optimistic. Send it back to you, Taryn.
Santiel, you know, it's interesting when you look at her as a candidate. She has the CEO business experience of running something. Yes, she has the city council experience, and she took a tactic where she went directly to the voters. So, I mean, she is working this race very hard.
Yeah, very relatable and has quite a resume that includes all kinds of different positions, like you said, and I think that's why she's related to so many voters, getting some of the young voters out to the polls as well, as we saw earlier today. So, yeah, this is a very close one, and we'll be watching it for you.
Yeah, we'll see how those numbers come out. Thanks, Jessica.
We're going to keep updating these numbers as we're going live on the Pulse starting at 11:30, so stay with us to see how that all shakes out. Fox 2's Charlie Langton is working the story as well. A lot happening, of course, with this election.
Yes, and
we don't have the voting totals yet about how many people actually voted in this election, although we heard the numbers were down. But these people say it's very important to vote, right? Yeah! But amazingly here, some people just did not vote. Why? Take a look. All right, let me ask a couple of random people here. Did you vote today?
No. 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 No.
Why not?
I was busy.
Busy? You got all days, kind of days to vote.
I know.
When are you going to vote?
It's over with.
Right? What about you? How come you didn't vote? You own a big store here, Avenue of Fashion.
I'm handling business, but I didn't really get a.
Is it important to vote?
Yeah, it is, definitely.
Why don't you vote?
I'm sorry.
Who's running for mayor?
Can you give me a real explanation why I should vote? What's the difference in our business and how we moving around to
You vote for mayor and council. They make decisions on your property, on your how you live your life.
Right. How we live our life?
Yeah.
So we got to chill more with the people that's making decisions in our life to make the vote.
Yeah, why not? What's wrong with that?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. We got to.
Do you think, so why didn't you vote?
Because I'm just not really into that.
The politics.
The politics for it. It had to really make a decision making for our business marketing and what's going on and what we got in our community.
What do you say to those people that for whatever reason did not vote?
Disgrace the human race.
That's it? They just, what do you do? What are we going to do to get these people to vote?
I don't know, man. They need to do better. I know that.
They do. I agree. All right. And there's so many opportunities to vote. You can absentee voting and early voting and, of course, voting today. Who knows if we can convince them? Disgrace. That's what you said. Disgrace, right? All right. I am here on the Avenue of Fashion in Detroit. I'm Charlie Langton.
All right, thanks, Charlie. Well, there are several other races on local primary ballots in the race for Detroit City Council. The two incumbents have a healthy lead. Read this right here. You can see the numbers. We have Mary Waters right now, 35% of the vote, and then of Coleman Young, 33% of the vote.
All right, let's take you out to some of the other races in town. Hamtramck right now. There's a seat for mayor that's up for grabs right now. Your candidates tonight hoping to succeed, Mayor Amer Galib, but only two will move forward. Just minutes ago, the final votes were tallied. Adam Al-Harbi and Muhith Mahmood will face off in the general election in November. You're looking at them right here on the left of your screen. Adam Al-Harbi and Muhith Mahmood, 54 and 29% of the vote.
And tonight we're learning Livonia voters have rejected a $150 million bond proposal, which would fund city renovations for public safety buildings, a library, and a central gathering space. The final result, you see it there, 73% of the voters said no.
Yeah, kind of a similar question that the folks in Novi were asked. A ballot proposal would secure funding to build a new public safety complex for Novi Police and Fire. That passed, though. 55% say yes, 45% say no. Well, much more on primary day coming up on The Pulse tonight, starting in just about 20 minutes.
Right now, we're going to turn things over to Rich and check on our weather for the Wednesday tomorrow.
All right, Taryn and Roop, tomorrow's going to be similar to today. Sun and clouds, still a bit of smoke, but our air quality continues to improve. 73 here, 64 in Port Huron. On average, we're down to 65. And then take a peek at what's coming up next. A gradual warm-up heading into the weekend. We'll show you that 7-day after the break.